Hello students, welcome to standard 9 subject mathematics. This is chapter 10 circles. In lecture number 4 we are now, and after exercise 10.2 we have solved in last lecture. Now the new topic is perpendicular from the center to a chord. Perpendicular to a chord of the circle. Related to that, two theorems we have. So theorem 10.3 is the perpendicular from the center of a circle to a chord bisects the chord. You can see this circle with the center O, and this is AB is chord given in that. So what this theorem is, if you draw the perpendicular from the center of a circle to a chord, this is the chord, this is the center. Passing through the center, if we draw the perpendicular, this OM, you can see line OM is drawn perpendicular, the sign is shown here. Line OM is perpendicular drawn to the chord and passing through the center. If a perpendicular like this OM is drawn on the chord passing through center, then what happens? This perpendicular bisect the chord. Bisect the chord means the AB will be bisected in two halves. Means AM equals to MB will be. This is theorem 10.3. We have to remember for next time examples and exercise. And related this, the question will be asked in exam. Theorem 10.4 is next now, and it is converse of theorem 10.3. In theorem 10.3, we have seen if you draw the perpendicular passing through center to a chord, it will bisect the chord. In this, what we have? The line through the center of a circle like this, OM again, the line through the center of the circle bisect the chord. This line passing through center and bisecting the chord. This is given. It is this line OM is passing through center and bisecting the chord. This is given. Then is perpendicular to the chord. Then it will be perpendicular on the chord. So it is converse of theorem 10.3. In 10.3, perpendicular was given passing through center and it was bisecting. Here, the line passing through center, it is bisecting the chord, therefore it is perpendicular. So it is converse. This is proved also here. We have given the proof of it. So data is, because this line is bisecting the chord, that means AM equals to MB is given. To prove this OM is perpendicular on AB, that we want to prove in this case. So to prove this, join OA and OB. OA and OB we have joined, so broken line is shown there. Therefore, in triangle AMO and triangle BMO, we will compare the common things, equal things. So first we can write OA equals to OB because of radii of a circle. Radii of the same circle will be equal. That's why they are equal. OA equals to OB. And next, AM equals to MB. AM equals to MB, that is given. And third, OM equals to OM in both the triangle, this common side comes. So OM equals to M common sides. So what we have seen in these two triangles, AMO and BMO, corresponding all three sides are equal. All three sides are equal. So by SSS means side, side, side. Both the triangles are congruent. We have seen it in the triangle chapter. Triangle AMO congruent triangle BMO. That is we have written so triangle AMO congruent triangle BMO by SSS because side, side, side. 3 times side shown equal. If two triangles are congruent, their corresponding parts are congruent. So corresponding angles are angle AMO in this triangle will be equal to angle BMO, and that will be 90 degree. See, by CPCT both the angles are equal, and why they are 90 degree? Because of linear there. Both the angles are meeting linear there. See, you can see AMO this angle and BMO this angle. So sum of these two will be 180. Sum of these two will be 180, and they are equal also. And if they are equal and their sum is 180, so each angle will be of 90 degree. So that is 90 degree. And then if AMO is 90 degree, when it is possible that here 90 degree, if OM is perpendicular on AB, Therefore, OM is perpendicular on AB. That is the proof. After understanding theorem 10.3 and 10.4, the next topic is circle through 3 points. We are going to discuss about circle through passing through 3 points. So first we will discuss about circle through passing through 1 point only. Then on passing through 2 points. Then we will discuss about passing through 3 points. So first in the figure you can see first figure 1 point is shown here B. Passing through this 1 point, how many circles you can draw? Try to make it. I have drawn here some circles. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can draw this way also. You can draw. This infinitely many circles can be drawn passing through this 1 point. So the first statement here we have written an infinite number of circles pass through 1 point. That is figure 1 shows. Now we will discuss about the circle passing through 2 points. So the second number figure you see 2 points P and Q are given. How many circles you can draw? The first circle I have drawn here as a diameter considering PQ. Then this second circle, third circle. So many circles can be drawn from this PQ passing PQ. So here also infinitely many circles can pass through the 2 given points. So an infinite number of circles pass through 2 distinct points. This is figure number 2. So from passing through 1 point or passing through 2 points, how many circles we can draw? Infinitely many number of circles we can draw. These 2 figures, these 2 statements. Now we will talk about the circle passing through 3 points. If we have 3 points may be in the 2 way represented on the plane. First we are considering that 3 points A, B, C are collinear. Collinear means all the 3 points are on the same line, as we have seen. So if you want to draw the circle passing through all the 3 points, so if I draw this way, it is passing through A and B. If I draw the big circle, it will pass through A and C. Then B will be left. In this circle, C is left. So any 1 point will be left inside the circle or outside the circle. But you cannot draw a single circle which is passing through all the 3 points if all the 3 points are collinear. So what will be the conclusion? No circle means you cannot draw any circle. No circle passes through 3 collinear points. If the 3 points are collinear, you cannot draw any circle. This is figure number 3. You can see. So now figure number 4 we have, and for that the theorem 10.5 we have. That is unique means one and only one circle passing through 3 non-collinear points. If you have 3 points non-collinear, before we discuss that if 3 points are collinear, no circle will be formed or no circle you can draw. But if the points are non-collinear like this, A, here, B and C, they are not on the same line, then you will find one and only one circle passing through these 3 points. So that is the theorem 10.5. There is unique. Unique means one and only one circle passing through 3 non-collinear points. Figure 4. Right? Now after this understanding of all the theorems 10.3, 10.4 and this 10.5 also, we have example 1 next. Given an arc of a circle, one arc is given of the circle. You know the arc is a part of a circle is given, and we have to complete the circle using that arc. How to do? Let's see. Let this AB first. This continuum arc AB is the given arc. AB is given arc, and we want to complete the circle using this arc. So how to get this? How to complete this? For that the steps I have written here, and the construction also here we have done. So construction is take a point C on given arc AB. This is the given arc AB. On that point C I have taken. Then what to do? And join AC and BC. Join AC and BC. Join that AC and BC. First you take point C on arc AB. Then join AC and BC. Next what to do? If we have AC and BC now, you just draw the perpendicular bisector of AC and BC both. How to draw perpendicular bisector in construction? You know, if you want to draw the bisector of AC, what you do? You take the center as A and more than half length of AC. You draw here an arc, here also an arc. Both the side of AC you draw the arc, this side and this side. And then take your center as C, and by the same radius as we have taken previously, cut this or cross this previously drawn two arcs on the both the side of this, and draw the line passing through these intersection points. This is the perpendicular bisector of AC you will get. This broken line you will get. Then next, the similar way, the perpendicular bisector of BC we have to draw. For that, what you have to do? Again, take the center as C and the radius as more than half length of BC. Both the side of BC, here and here, draw arcs like this we have shown. Here and here, two arcs we have drawn using compass. And from the same radius now, take the center as B and intersect the previously drawn arcs both the sides. Now, these two intersection points we have, you just join the points and draw a line. This is perpendicular bisector of BC. Now both the perpendicular bisectors we have drawn of AC and BC, this is line and this line, wherever they are intersecting each other, say they are O. Now considering the point O as center and radius as OA or OC or OB also you can take, because all are radii. So taking the center as O means your compass point you put on your O and the radius you take as up to A and complete the circle. This is the completion of circle we have shown. So this way the steps I have written, and the construction is also drawn here, and you can complete the circle by from the given arc. So this way we have seen all the theorems and this example also. After this we have exercise 10.3. So this is your homework to solve and complete exercise 10.3.